Welcome, welcome back to my corner of the universe here at my church, which is called the Church of Ultimate Happiness. And in my church, our church, we dedicate ourselves to finding wisdom and philosophy through the ages from some of my favorite gurus. And I will read to you their insights and their guidance towards achieving ultimate happiness. And I started this church with a little series on meditation. I've taught yoga for too many years to mention. And I realized that meditation is one of the foundations of a healthy, happy life. On our channel, Virtual Tarot with Ava and Trudy, there's an entire playlist called Ava's Church of Ultimate Happiness, where you can go and you can follow along if you didn't see the previous broadcasts. I've been reading from A Master Guide to Meditation and Spiritual Growth by Eugene Davis. I've taught yoga for so many years, and I find that there is so much literature on meditation. It can be overwhelming. And I've perused a great deal of it in my life, and I found this beautiful little work to be the most simple, grounded, and easily understood compilation and insight into why we should meditate and how we should begin our meditation practice. So today, I think we'll conclude this entire series with what is the heart of it. And the heart of it is how to practice meditation. By dedicated practice of meditation, you will provide for yourself ideal opportunities for experiencing personal benefits and spiritual growth. At all times, when meditating and when engaging in daily routines, cultivate awareness of yourself as a spiritual being with unlimited potential. Instead of seeing and feeling yourself to be a mere human creature. So set into your sacred space, into that place in your living area dedicated to your spiritual practice, and become solemnly aware of yourself as a spiritual being. This is a mood that sets the entire tone of your experience. You will then know your spiritual practice is to be the purpose of facilitating your awakening to knowledge and realization of your real nature. To ensure successful results, do the following. 1. Commit to regular practice. Firmly resolve that you will meditate on a regular schedule. Consider your meditation session as your daily appointment with the infinite, and keep that appointment without fail. Should you, for one reason or another, have to miss your practice session, do not punish yourself with feelings of guilt or regret. Make the most of every available opportunity. Choose a time that will be most ideal for your practice. If you meditate twice a day, early and late afternoon, or evening are suitable times. Early morning meditation will prepare you for the day's activities, and late afternoon or evening practice will enable you to relax and experience renewal after the day's work or activity. If you meditate once a day, choose a time when you are most alert and able to give yourself fully to the practice. Early morning is a good time. That's when I prefer to meditate myself, is early morning. I teach yoga in the morning, and we always start every class with a meditation, which has a profound effect of correcting your attitude for the entire day. Avoid regular practice sessions immediately after eating or when you're overly tired, as these will not be the best circumstances to support alert consciousness. The blood goes to your belly, to your stomach, and so you don't have the amount of oxygen to the brain that's necessary. So wait about an hour, hour and a half after you eat. Choose a place that is comfortable and quiet, where you won't be disturbed. It can arrange a special, if you can arrange a special place to be used for your spiritual practice, so much the better. If you do this, let it be your private sanctuary, to be used only for prayer, meditation, and contemplative reflection. I know sometimes it's very difficult to find a place like that in a home, especially when you share it with others. But it does help. And so if possible, please try to do that. You will then associate your special place with that purpose and immediately become more soul-centered when you go there. Like our little church right here. When I sit here, I am completely infused with the energy of our previous sessions together. Have a comfortable chair to sit on. If necessary, turn off the telephone. You have transcendental interests to attend to. Eliminate the possibility of any secular intrusion when you meditate. Approach your session with keen interest. Have a specific routine in mind when you start. If you are a new meditator or are a regular meditator and want to experiment with a new procedure, use the following routine to your benefit. 2, sit upright and be comfortable. Sit in a relaxed, upright posture with your head erect. That is, with the spine completely straight. In a way, you can feel as if there's a string from the base of your spine that goes straight up through the spine and exits out through the crown of the head. And that will help you to determine an erect posture. Let your breathing flow naturally with your eyes closed. Look into the space between your eyebrows without straining to do so. Be aware of the spinal pathway and higher brain. Bring your attention into the spinal pathway and upward to the spiritual eye center between your eyebrows. Doing this begins the internalizing process. 3, open yourself to the infinite. Feel your ego-bound awareness dissolving. Be happy. Feel thankful for the gift of life and for the opportunity to expand your consciousness. If you would like, pray to God that now is the time to do so, to invoke an awareness of God's presence. However God is real to you, or however you think of yourself in relationship to God, open your heart, your being to God. There's no need to rush the process. It may be that you will immediately begin to flow into meditation. But if not, that's fine. If it does happen, go along with it. Let your innate intelligence direct the process. If the meditation process does not begin to flow, move to the next stage, which is number 4. Practice your preferred meditation technique. If you already have a mantra or a meditation technique that serves you well, then use it. Otherwise, use a mantra. Whatever word, phrase, or sound you have chosen for your practice, introduce it into your field of awareness and listen to it. Let your attention become fully engaged. Within a few minutes, you will no longer be aware of physical restlessness or discomfort, or of the moods or random thoughts. These will be absorbed into the mantra into the sound. Remain alert and watchful, even as you participate in the process. Avoid passivity, sleepiness, or daydreaming. Be alert and attentive while relaxed and surrendered in meditation. Continue until you experience the peak phase of practice, during which you are peaceful and soul content. Rest at this phase, letting the deep peace beneficially influence your mind and body. If you're meditating for psychological and physiological benefits only, or for rest and renewal, enjoy this level of tranquil calm until you feel inclined to conclude your practice. If you're meditating for the purpose of experiencing or higher, let me read that again. If you're meditating for the purpose of experience higher consciousness or super consciousness, or for some more profound transcendental contemplation and reality, after becoming stable at this phase of internalization, peacefulness, then go deeper. Don't stop. Five, concluding your practice. When you feel inclined to conclude, be aware of your thoughts, feelings, and senses. Sit for a few moments to allow a smooth transition from inner focusing to outer acknowledgement of your environment. Then go about your usual routine, maintaining inner awareness of your spiritual nature and the calmness unfolded during meditation. If you have special needs to examine, problems to solve, or decisions to make, a good time to give attention to such matters is during the conclusion of meditation practice, while you are still soul-centered, calm, and able to maintain an objective attitude. Words of wisdom, indeed. So you see, meditation can be used as a problem solver at the end, before you rouse yourself up from meditation. Peruse your problem and let it sink in and wait for insight. This procedure can be used with benefit by anyone. The more consciously you practice, the more proficient you will become. You will find that your most innate urge to have your awareness restored to conscious realization of oneness will motivate and guide you during meditation practice and when you're performing your duties your other secular activities. Be patient and allow yourself time to learn about spiritual growth processes. I should have done that. Let me. You know, that was Trudy. I'm going to leave all this in. Do you know why? Because I think it's very sweet. I don't think she realizes that I'm in church and she's called me. She was just right there. She says, "Oh no, you're in church, Ava." So, yes, I'm in church. So let's continue. I love these little interruptions. My kitty cat and Trudy. And then here's a wonderful section, because it has been my experience that a lot of people have problems with this that I'm just going to mention right now. It is also a good idea to avoid preoccupation with visions or other people's perceptions or sensations which interfere with progressive unfoldment of soul awareness. Sometimes, you know, people have preconceived ideas as to what is going to happen in meditation, as if it was very otherworldly. And so their fantasies start to intrude upon the experience and actually rob you of the healing qualities of meditation, the naturalness of it, really. Visions perceived during meditation are similar to dreams that occur during ordinary sleep and are symptoms of emotional discontent or mental restlessness. While meditation can be an enjoyable experience, the purpose of meditation is not to create a pleasant emotional state and become attached to it. Enjoy meditation practice, remembering that the aim is higher knowledge along with self-realization, not continued involvement with minor ecstasies. Whatever is experienced or perceived, if it is subject to change, it is not the ultimate realization we aspire to actualize. Whenever tempted to become attached to meditation perceptions, ask yourself, who is experiencing this? You will then be reminded that you are the experiencer and the observer, therefore superior to what is being perceived. And that's a good guide whenever you confront the darker side of yourself in meditation. The realization that you are the perceiver of that vision, and the ultimate controller of it, that you have the power over all your visions. Desire to know your true nature as a spiritual being independent of objects of perception. Be inspired to full illumination of consciousness by reading the following words attributed to Sri Krishna by the author of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, speaking to his disciple Arjuna, advises him on the ideal approach to meditation practice for the purpose of realizing oneness, which is yoga. Quote, that the practitioner of yoga constantly concentrate attention to the supreme reality, remaining in solitude and alone, free from desires and longings for possessions or sense experience. Having the body positioned in a firm posture, making his attention one-pointed, controlling thoughts and senses. Let him practice pure concentration in order to attain inward purity. Holding body, head, and neck erect and still. Flowing awareness to the spiritual eye without allowing his eyes to wander. Serene and fearless. Firm in his vow of self-control. Subdued in mind, let him sit, harmonized, contemplating the field of pure consciousness, which is the single reality. The devoted meditator of controlled mind, ever remaining harmonized, attains to transcendental peace and supreme realization. There's many people who don't have a real belief in themselves as spiritual beings. And I believe that it's very difficult for them to attain to a transcendental experience in meditation, because one has to be convinced that you are a spiritual being and sort of take that on faith when you begin. But as you meditate, that no longer has to be taken on faith, because you will begin to actually experience that and take away from it a knowledge of that. And from that, you will no longer have to be convinced. You simply will know it to be true. So I think that I'm just going to stop right there, because just want you to play this over a few times and take it to heart, because it really is important that you take the information from here and start your practice. And again, if you'd like to go back and review some of from the beginning, I believe I have them listed on the playlist on our channel, Virtual Tarot Ava Trudy, from the newest to the oldest. So you can start from the oldest up if you haven't seen the others yet. And my intention now, in our next session together, is to read from a book by Manly Hall, a enlightened mystic philosopher. Actually, he's from Canada. He's relatively current. Of course, he's not alive right now. One of our dead gurus, as we humorously say. But he has a beautiful book on reincarnation. And we're going to go into the history of reincarnation and its importance in self-understanding and self-awareness. And it's a philosophy of human evolution that I think is very important in establishing in ourselves an understanding of life, our role in this theater of life, and it helps to explain some of the anomalies, some of the injustices in life that are otherwise very difficult to explain. And Mr. Hall is extremely scholarly on the subject, so you'll find it fascinating. So thank you for coming to my corner of the universe here at our Church of Ultimate Happiness. Thank you, and namaste until we meet again.